Okay, so we are going to continue our fall leaf project. So where we left off last time is that we went ahead and outlined both of our leaves. We had previously colored these into fall leaf colors, and we colored some of this. So what we're going to do today is that I'm going to show you on video because you might not have been able to see clearly when we showed you in class. I'm going to color this three sections into fall leaf colors. And so what I'm going to need is obviously, and I forgot this one, yellow, right? I'm going to need orange, a lighter green, a darker green, and a caramel brown. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start working on that. I'm gonna put in my camera so you can see. So we always start with the color yellow, and those sections have been divided into yellow. And so I'm going to go ahead and put yellow. And the main thing is because when we are doing, let's say, for instance, if we're doing something that is green, you can easily put green over the yellow, but you can't always put the yellow over the green. And so I'm going to go ahead and start putting that nice green over here. It doesn't have to be a perfect line, and in fact, it should not be a perfect line because the colors are kind of bleeding into each other. I'm going to go ahead and add orange to that and add a little bit of orange on top of that yellow because it may end up looking like this, and just a tiny bit over here, which will make it like a brown. So if you look really closely, that's a nice fall leaf. I want this to look different because we talked about each section kind of looking a bit different. Again, I'm going ahead and I'm coloring yellow. I'm now going to use my caramel brown, which is not a dark brown, because although some leaves do turn brown, it's usually at the end of the process. And if it's a dark brown, that's not usually the case. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more brown in there. And I'm going to actually touch it with a little bit of orange in the brown sections, not all, just a little bit so it can kind of blend in. I'm going back with my yellow and going all over it now. So if you see that, again, looks like a fall leaf, but it is an entirely different fall leaf section. Okay, so now we're going to go do that bottom one over here, going again with the yellow. And I'm going to go with the darker green just a bit. And I'm going to go now with the lighter green. And I'm not going to put orange because if I put orange, then it's going to look exactly like that other area. So as you can see, we have three distinct colors, colored different like fall leaves. They look like different fall leaves, but they are using kind of the same colors. Now, this is the other thing. I'm not going to show here because that's a bigger section, but basically you want to create contrast. You use fall colors over here. You use fall colors on this nice leafy area. So you don't want to have the same exact thing because then it doesn't look like much of a difference. So I'm going to take this polka dot section, and I find that hot pink with black polka dot looks pretty cool. And if you notice, I color the designs in black because that kind of makes it stand out a bit more. We will be learning about an artist called Romero Brito, but this is also very similar to Romero Brito's work in terms of design. So I want to create contrast. So this is where I'm not going to necessarily use the fall colors. Now, if I wanted to use maybe an orange, that would be fine. But again, if you have something that creates contrast, it's a bit more fun. I'm going to go ahead and get my black marker since I already did it, and I'm just going to color it into those black pretty polka dots. Okay. So that right there, you can see that the beginning is already a considerable difference in color scheme. Now I want this also to look fun on this side. So I'm going to get my turquoise, and it's actually more on the teal side. It looks like turquoise from outside, but when you actually color it in, it looks like teal. And I'm going to have the top zigzaggy section, that teal color, and the middle one is going to be a different color. So now I am going to use that orange because I think orange and teal looks fantastic together. But again, because I have that teal, it's not looking very fall. it is having one fall color, which is that orange, but it is creating that contrast. So you can see that. Now I have these leaves over here, and I think I don't want to go again with the colors that I'm using here, but I don't want to go that far away. So I'm going to use purple, and I'm going to use this nice turquoise green. So I'm going to color my leaves turquoise, and I did outline them in black. And now I'm going to go ahead and use purple. Now, some of you guys said that some fall leaves do sometimes get a purplish color. We don't see that so much in Ifrane, Morocco, but you can sort of see a little bit of like a reddish purple in other places, like in upstate New York, or maybe like a place like Vermont in the United States. This looks like such a cool color. I mean, you can't get the full effect because it's you know, the video, but it looks really pretty. So you have now a very nice fall leaf that looks totally different. Now I'm going to go ahead and do this. So I had already colored this. If you notice, I already colored all of this like rainbow hearts. And I want the background to look different. So I kind of want to go black because I think that will look really nice. So I'm going to go ahead and color this section black. And that's actually going to make all of this pretty reddish leaf really pop out, because that is a huge contrast. The black and, you know, with that red and yellow that kind of resembles fire, just makes that section really, so if I were to like put it back, you would just be like, whoa, that looks kind of cool. And so that is exactly what I'm doing. I'm creating that contrast between sections. You don't always want to go the safe route. And I decided, and I also think that because all of the hearts are different colors and they're in the rainbow, different colors. They have orange, there's hot pink, there's again turquoise blue, there's dark green. I'm gonna go use my marker because that'll be faster. And I have to just be really careful that I do not mess up the heart. Normally, I don't like doing markers for the coloring part, but I really need to finish this up and my color pencil needs to be sharpened. So I'm going to just go ahead, color it very carefully so that I don't color my hearts. Now, I could easily actually draw one more heart here if I wanted to, which I will actually. And that way I will not color it any color yet. And I will color around it. Oops, I almost messed up my orange. Reddish heart. I think I want to make that a hot pink so it can really show brightly. And it's a different hot pink than this one. There are some wonderful color pencil sets that allow you to have a huge array of colors, you know, like a whole bunch of different colors, so that it really stands out. What I want you guys to do is to finish up the design area. Make sure that you are using colors that will make the designs really stand out. That's very key. And that when you are coloring the leaf areas, right, that you're using fall colors, because we want it is a fall leaf project, and that you are using always yellow in each section. The amount of yellow that you use is entirely your choice, but like I said, we have black, we have like orange, we have red, we have green, and all of that kind of has a bit of yellow in it already. So it only makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and show this to you. But can you see how that is really creating contrast? This almost looks like an outer space heart system. And then this looks like fire. It could easily look like the fire that you find when you're looking at the sun. I want this to be lemon wedges over here. So I'm going to color that yellow. And I can go again with the hot pink because that could also make me think of pink lemonade. Now, I know pink lemonade is something that you generally drink in during the summer, but you can easily drink pink lemonade also in the winter because in Morocco right now, lemons are in season. So you can make some wonderful lemon juice. I'm not sure what you would add to make it pink, maybe a fruit of some kind, but you can definitely have lemonade in the wintertime or the fall. So that section again is looking very different. I need to decide how I'm going to go about this section, but that's pretty much it for today. So the key thing is that when you are coloring your leaves, just as it is in this section, you are making sure that these sections are the fall colors, which means you're using yellow, orange, possibly red, some green, and caramel brown. You don't want to go that dark of a brown. And if you're going to go dark brown because that's all you have, then you just need to color a little lighter and maybe add a bit more yellow to it. Again, the other sections don't necessarily have to carry fall colors, but you are adding colors that are going to create a contrast. So it looks sort of like to me, it kind of looks like if you mix real leaf and then you have stained glass or you have outer space. So again, make sure that you're choosing your colors wisely. Make sure that you're creating contrast. And make sure that every section has a different design. It just makes it more fun for you to look at the project and be like, whoa, that's a lot of action going on, but it kind of all works together. Anyway, I hope you have an awesome day. Bye, guys.